Hello YouTube, and welcome to the very first video of the West Coast Simulations channel. My name is Prospector, and I'm going to be your host throughout this whole series of videos. I'm very happy that you decided to join us today. I am new at the whole YouTube content creator thing, and so I hope that you stick with me as we're learning and growing, and hopefully we can see some really cool places, fly some really cool airplanes, and get to know each other along the way. For today, though, we're just going to take a quick short flight from here in Crescent City, California, up north on the coast, over to Brookings, Oregon. That way I get a little bit of time to kind of tell you who I am, what I'm about, what I hope that this channel will become. So without doing too much talking and missing a really beautiful sunrise, let's jump in the plane and go flying, shall we? So today we're going to be flying in the Cessna 182RG. Beautiful little plane, great for a quick little flight. So let's go ahead and get her started up, and while we're doing that, I'll let you kind of know what's going on here. One of the biggest questions that everybody always asks, what are your PC specs? Well, my PC isn't the greatest in the world because, well, you know, even though I have a champagne appetite, I only have a soda pop budget. So it's an older Alienware gaming PC, has a Ryzen 7 3800X for the processor. Only 32 gigs of RAM, which is plenty for flight sim, the way that we like to run it. I am running everything on ultra settings. The graphics card, it's a older RTX 2070 Super. I do have it slightly overclocked using the MSI Afterburner software. Does a really good job, keeps everything nice and cool, runs everything nice and smooth. But older PC, you know, still doesn't do too bad. I've been flying on flight sim now for quite a few years. I first started off back in the early 80s. Back when all the monitors were pure green. We didn't have joysticks. We didn't have a mouse. All we had was a keyboard and one airport, Meigs Field. But that one little airport gave me hours and hours of entertainment when I was a youngster. But anyways, you know, flight sim has definitely evolved. We're in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 today. I do have 2020. I'll be flying in both. I also do a whole lot of flights, not just in, you know, these small little aircraft. I do commercial aircraft. Excuse me. My allergies have been acting up. The wind's blowing. The trees are putting out a ton of pollen, and it is horrible. But like I was saying, I do a lot of flying in all sorts of different sims. You know, different aircraft, anywhere from the 737s. Love the PMDG. So technical. Just an awesome aircraft to fly. I've even been known to jump into a Huey every now and again, you know, and do some helicopter ops. But like I say, for today, we're just going to fly in this 182 and have a little bit of fun on the way. So let's get taxied out to the runway and show you this beautiful sunrise that we have going on. Leave it to Flight Sim to stick a guy right there in the middle of the road. So the runway that we're going to be taking off from is going to put us out over the ocean. I just want to check one thing on the weather here real quick. We have clear skies. Looks like we don't have hardly nothing for wind. Yeah, I've got it on clear skies, but I just wanted to show you everything around here, you know, without having a bunch of clouds in the way. So let's get taxied up. So, like I say, being a new content creator, this being my first YouTube channel and first time even attempting any of this stuff, any advice that anybody has for me, any criticism, any comments, any compliments if I do a good job, are very appreciated. Go ahead and leave them down there in the comments section. If it's constructive criticism, I take that very well. If you're being a troll, well, I like to be a troll back. We're not going to go there. But, just let me know what you think. Let me know how I can improve. If you guys have ideas on planes that you want me to fly, I'll try to get them as I can afford. If you guys have any places that you want me to fly, I'm always up for flying in new areas, places I haven't been able to explore yet. It's a big world out there. There is a lot of very, very beautiful places to go fly. So yeah, if you guys have places that you want me to see, please let me know. And if you think I'm talking too much, just send one little comment. Just say shut up. But I tell you, coming all the way up to Microsoft 2024 here, back from what I started off with the old green screens back in the very first original flight sim, I never, ever would have imagined that we would have gotten this advanced. At least not back then, I've been through this whole thing. I remember when we got our first multiplayer back in, what was that, Flight Sim 2002, I believe. Just amazing. And the group of people that's, involved with Flight Sim, you get into the Discord servers. Back when we had TeamSpeak, just so many cool people that I've been able to meet, cool places I've been able to go, knowing that they have all of these conventions. And as you can see, I've got a fairly decent little setup. I've got the Logitech multi-panel, the switch panel, dual throttle quadrants. It's a decent sim. I enjoy it. Anyways, taking off from the runway, that's the good old Pacific Ocean there. Gonna make us a left here. I'll take you down, go show you the harbor. Not sure if they're still gonna have them out there, but I know earlier today when I was flying around, they actually had the fishing boats that, real life fishing boats. They had the names of them right there injected into the sim. I was just shocked when I seen that. If you guys are looking out there at some of the scenery, I do use a piece of software called MSFS Map Enhancement. Awesome piece of just software there. It interjects Google Maps, Mapbox Pro, Apple Maps, whichever one you prefer, into the sim. And man, does it look good. Some people say they like it, some people say that they don't like it. You know what? Personally, I do like it. Hey, there we go. As you guys can see, we actually have the names of some of the fishing boats down there at the harbor. The Kristen Gale, I got a friend that works on that one. The Mary Lou. It's amazing that we're getting real names of real boats. And just look at the way that the map enhancement actually makes the scenery look. Just amazing. But a little bit of history here, Crescent City, California, that harbor down there, back when that big earthquake hit Japan and they had that nuclear meltdown at that Fukushima plant. That harbor right there got decimated by the tsunami that hit us. Crescent City is the tsunami capital of the U.S. We get more tsunamis here than anywhere, it seems like. But, you know, we rebuilt. It's awesome. We've got a lighthouse down there, the Battery Point Lighthouse. You know, get onto Google, check out some of the stuff that I've talked about in here. It's awesome. But look at that sunrise with the mountains here. Let me go back outside here. Tell me that that just isn't an amazing view. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. You got the Smith River going up the canyon there. The Smith River has been named one of the cleanest rivers in the United States. It has some of the best steelhead fishing too. Man, if you're a fisherman and you like going out there catching big fish, the steelhead are amazing. But we're gonna turn up north here. Down there is Highway 101. Goes all the way down from way down South California all the way up to Washington. Beautiful trip. If you ever go on vacation and just want to drive, man, take the 101 from, you know, the very beginning of it down south all the way up to the end of it up north. You'll see some really cool stuff. That little lake that you see over there, yeah, that is a cool place as well. That lake actually got so full over this past winter with all the rain that we got, they had to breach that levee to drain some of it out into the ocean. That's just to keep the farmers happy, keep people's houses from flooding, you know, but cool little place. Really cool place. Man, look at that. That sunrise, it gets me every single time. As you're seeing going up the 101, the other thing that we have here in Crescent City, Pelican Bay State Prison. Used to be where they kept the worst of the worst offenders, you know, in the state of California. It was definitely not a friendly place. I've got a couple of buddies that, you know, were prison guards there, and man, they've told me some stories. One of them was involved in one of the riots. Yeah, just all sorts of bad things there. Lake Earl. And as you can see, the Smith River, it kind of winds around, dumps out into the ocean over there. One of the other cool places that I'm going to be flying by here is our RC flight field. I'm the president of the Lost Coast Aero Modelers up here in this area. We fly RC planes out at the field there, anywhere from electric ducted fan jets to gas-powered stump planes. I personally prefer, you know, more general aviation stuff. I have a giant scale 150 tail dragger. It's got a 6-foot wingspan. The wings are almost as tall as I am. Fun little place to fly. One thing that I am going to say, you know, this is going to be an 18 and over channel, so hopefully nobody gets offended. But I do like my nicotine. I do not smoke cigarettes. If me taking a couple of puffs off my vape every now and again offends you, let me know. I mean, I'll try to appease you the best that I can, but, you know, nicotine keeps me from going insane and, you know, going and kicking a wall and breaking my left toe and, you know, all sorts of bad things. So a lot of those fields that you see down there, we grow a lot of winter lily out here. They seem to love the dirt and the rain that we get. And speaking of rain, you know, that's how we're able to get the big giant redwood trees up here. Kind of a really cool place. Here's another interesting fact about Crescent City. I don't know how many Star Wars fans that we have out there, but Crescent City, also known as the forest moon of Endor. This is where they filmed 90% of the Endor scenes on Return of the Jedi. Big, big trees. As you're looking out there over the coast, you see that other river up ahead of us. That's the Chetco River. That's actually Brookings, Oregon up there. That's as far as we're going to go on this first flight for today, you know. I mean, I just want to get this first video in and let you guys kind of see what I'm all about. And kind of let you know who I was, what I'm all about, what I want to become on this, you know. I'm not looking to become some superstar on YouTube, but, you know, if I do, hey, even better, right? And we're going to start descending down here. We're up around 5,500 feet. It's going to take us a minute to get down to down there into Brookings. That Chetco River, if you ever get up to Brookings, Oregon, there's the harbor over there. There's a couple of really, really nice not commercial, but sport fishing companies there. If you ever get up there and want to go fishing out in the ocean, man, get with Tidewinds is the charter boat company, and man, you are guaranteed when you go out with them to get your limit of rockfish. And if you're lucky, you might even get some huge lingcod. I've caught a couple of monsters out there with a couple of the different captains. They just know where to go. And they literally say, we will not come in until everybody has their limit. Which is kind of cool that they do that. So as we're descending down here into Brookings, try to bleed off a little bit of the speed here. You see the airport in front of us. That's kind of cool, that CG 47-252 out there. That's the Coast Guard cutter. There's some of the fishing vessels popping up there. That is really cool how Flight Sim is able to interject actual fishing boats and, you know, live you know, just where they are into the sim. That's actually really cool. Those names are the actual names of the fishing boats in the area. Alright, slow down, airplane. Yeah, it's not liking it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and drop the gear down just so it'll shut up and be happy. Give us a notch of flaps to slow down with here. We're still pretty far up in the air. I might take a loop around here. Yeah, in fact, let's do that. While we're descending, I can show you a little bit of Brookings out here. Not a very big city. I don't like living in big cities. They, too many people, too busy, too fast. Don't care for it much. What I do like is the slow life, the country life. I don't know. Call me a hillbilly, call me a redneck. Just don't call me late for dinner, right? Oh man, that sunrise is gonna come back over them mountains there again. Can't believe how smooth this sim is running though. I mean, on an old machine even. You know, just absolutely amazing what Flight Sim has become. This landing coming into Brookings, it can get a little bit hairy. It's kind of wild how they've actually incorporated in the flight dynamics. You know, it's always been a bouncy, just the winds just kind of kill you on this approach. I'll do the best that I can, just because it is a tough runway to land in, even in real life. Allergy's got the old nose just itching. If I get a little quiet on the approach here, it's just because I have a hard time, you know, walking and chewing gum at the same time. You'll probably see what I mean about it getting bouncy. It's an interesting approach. But having the calm winds, that's definitely going to help us out a little bit here. It might not have been the smoothest landing I've ever done, but we made it down on the ground and we didn't screech off of the runway, so that's always a plus, right? Well, welcome to Brookings, Oregon, guys. This is where we're going to call it a video for today, and if you find me worthy, go ahead and, you know, give me a like, give me a subscribe. You know, the better that I do and the more input that I get, it'll give me a reason to keep creating this content for you. Hopefully it was entertaining, and hopefully there will be much more where this came from. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and shut this bird down. I'm glad that you decided to join us today. And keep an eye out for that next video. It'll be coming shortly. Who knows what it's going to be? I still haven't decided yet. Give me some ideas. Anyway, this is Prospector. We're happy that you chose West Coast Simulations as your airline. Okay, yeah, I can't even say that with a straight face. Y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you later.